short time ago, I was watching a documentary, and it featured on young Muslim men from around the world who were making their way to Afghanistan to participate in military training. Per se, nothing remarkable about that, because throughout the centuries young men have seen something glorious in war and have tried to participate at every opportunity. Of course, seeing as their intention after receiving their training was to return to the West and attack us, that's where we dropped the political correctness, stopped calling it military training, and call them terrorist camps. At different levels, the Western approach and reaction has varied, sometimes totally alarmist, other times perhaps to help us relax. Been many jokes made about it, one of them being the ventriloquist Jeff Dunham and his character Ahmed, the dead terrorist. But one of the features that caught my ear is the fact not only there are these young men making their way many thousands of miles to these camps, it was the part when they said that some of them are specially selected to be suicide bombers. Some have argued, of course, that suicide bomber is not the correct term because their intent is not really to commit suicide. They say the term should be homicide bomber. But really, when you think about it, what do they mean by these people being specially selected? Perhaps there's something I don't grasp here. But to blow yourself up, what special skills does it require? So far as I know, no one yet has written Jihad for Dummies. Perhaps if they had, and I'd have read it, I'd understand it a bit more. Certainly the imams are firing them off with promises of great rewards after they've carried out their deeds. That is in the spiritual sense. But financially also there are those who promise great financial rewards to their survivors. The British, when they were in control of the Far East, put a hasty end to these suicide bombers by burying their remains in pigskin, because in the Muslim belief that would prevent the soul from going onwards and upwards and would deprive the attacker of this glorious afterlife that they were hoping for. But Israel has been confronted with many of these attackers, and fortunately many have been intercepted before they could carry out their deeds, and have been interrogated as to why they were carrying out this action. Now, I can understand someone who has a real motive behind doing it, but the sad part is the many who are forced into it. Quite often young women who have so-called disgraced the family honour are told quite flatly that they're going to be killed, but for the sake of their eternal salvation, or whatever exact term would be used in their case, if they strap a bomb to their body and take out others, then all will be forgiven. Really sad when this happens, but it's good that people are investigating the phenomena, which may give us the chance to do something else to prevent it from happening. Also sad when you see these videos that people actually post on YouTube of young children who've so grown up in the cult of these people who see something glorious in blowing themselves up, that children's games also involve them pretending / practicing to do this as well. After all, when other kids in the old days used to play at cowboys and Indians or cops and robbers, it was a quick bang bang, get up, no animosity towards anyone at all part of the game, imitating movies, etc. But it would seem that these children, through playing these games, may well be practicing for what they're going to do later on in life. As I said, we should take it very seriously. People like Jeff Dunham, as I said, bring a lighter side to it. And one of the jokes that came out was the instructor who takes the recruits out and explains to them what they're going to do and how they should do it, and then says, "Now pay careful attention. I'm only going to show this to you once." We don't want to live a life of fear. Sometimes we do brush it off, but we are in an age when we should be constantly paying attention to our surroundings, who is around us, what is around us. The sad facts of the common sense of life that perhaps 20, 30 years ago many didn't think about, at least in most Western countries, but it has become a daily reality. So in this video I just want to bring out a few of my thoughts on it. don't want to be a prophet of doom and gloom. I also enjoy some of the jokes that come out around the subject, but also just to take the opportunity of reminding people to think about the harsher realities of life, not to take anything for granted, always give people and objects a second look, and perhaps even a third. And to report anything suspicious to local authorities. We all hope that all threats are taken seriously, but I do recall one time when travelling on the trolley, someone had left the trolley and had left a bag behind. I duly reported this to the transit police, who I don't know, through lack of awareness, just immediately opened the package, which did turn out to be grocery shopping. But had it been me in that position, I would have immediately radioed it in and had the bomb squad check it out. But perhaps it's not such a problem that they don't see the immediate need to call out the authorities. But nevertheless, as I said, as it becomes part of daily life, we do have to be aware.